true relation between body and mind seems to present one of the most acute problems of your time, and is one which modern science is not yet able to solve. Innumerable attempts have been made to explain the mind as a mere function of the body, or to show the deep influences exerted upon the body by the mind. As neither attempt has really succeeded by itself, both physiology and psychology have been studied on parallel lines, but as parallel lines do not meet in this world, so our present physiology and psychology seem to be separated by an unbridgeable chasm. What it is decided to prove here is that there exists certain phenomena where a real metamorphosis takes place of the bodily function into the mental ones and vice versa. In order to realize this process of transformation, we have to acknowledge the existence of certain polarities. One of the most important is growth and consciousness. In early life, the child sleeps much, but there is a tremendous energy of growth. The more consciousness awakes, the more growth diminishes. In the adult, regeneration and reconstruction of the organs of the body take place during sleep, when there is no apparent consciousness. Backward children, those who have never fully developed their mental capacities, are often possessed of an astonishing fund of physical health. Among the animals, the lower species, such as mollusks, worms, or even tortoises, snakes, salamanders, etc., have a very strong regenerative power. Even lost limbs are grown again, and so again. This faculty disappears in the case of the higher animals. But what have they gained in its place? Consciousness, mental capacities, skillfulness of the limbs instead of regenerative power. In inorganic science, great progress was made when it was discovered that the warmth produced by chemical or mechanical processes is not a creation out of nothing, but a real transformation of energy into heat. A similar step has not yet been achieved in the biological science. One should observe that which in the case of plant and lower animals work as growth and vital activity, in the higher animals transform itself into consciousness or mental activity. But the same applies to men. They are organs which have superfluous vitality and possibility of growth, and other organs which, as for instance the brain and the nervous system, have lost this quality. They are comparatively lifeless. Their cells have to a very great extent lost their regenerative power, but instead of this they have the function of supporting consciousness and mental phenomena. There is a sort of void in organic life between the amount of vitality and the amount of consciousness, between the sum of the physiological and the psychological activities. If one outweighs the other, the balance must be resorted. This law seems to me to be the key for the solution of the problem of the interrelationship of body and mind. In order to make this clear, we must consider the growth and development of the human body, which has a particularity. It proceeds from the head downwards to the limbs. In the embryo, the head is relatively very large, and the limbs give the impression of being mere appendage of the head. It is the same with the child, whose head is relatively too large in proportion to the body and limbs. The correct proportion is only reached in the adult.